Hi, it's Sopkare and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox One. And today I've got a video for you. This was footage left over from the war with IED. This is a good 1v1. It was an organic 1v1. Basically, I interdicted him. He could have called in his wingmates. I could have called in my wingmates. But instead we kind of fought this out and duked it out as a 1v1. Star asked me if he wanted me to jump in, and I was like, no, it's alright, leave it as 1v1. I'm quite happy with this. This is a fun fight, and it was that. It was a fun fight. So GG's. This was a really good one. We GG'd afterwards, and it was just that, a really fun, enjoyable encounter, a random organic 1v1, and I love that in the game. I do like it. It sometimes it can get frustrating in game where you want to fight someone, but you end up with like just being attacked by one of 3 or 4 guys, and it's like, I just kind of wanted that 1v1 fight for once. So it is nice when you drop in and it's only a 1v1 and not the usual 2 or 3v1. It doesn't happen that often, so it's something nice to be cherished. And yeah, it takes 2 people to do this, obviously, because both of us could have done the same thing, and both of us could have called our wingmates over. But yeah, this was a really fun fight between my Fat Mamba and a Meta Lance. I'm saying it's a Meta Lance, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure for the amount of damage he did to himself, he's using the thermal conduit plasmax, because he starts melting. That's one thing I've noticed with my Frag Mamba, because I camp 4 pips to shields virtually all the time and it's so tough. I can do really well against Meta Lances just on the fact that they melt themselves so much by the time the fight winds down, because my ship's so tough. It takes so long for them to damage it. Even if I was just winging it around and not firing, I'd actually do a reasonable amount of damage to them just from what they do to themselves, just by being a persistent opponent that just stays there for that long. So it is something I found interesting about the Meta Lances is the same as my beamed lance. You have that small window of opportunity, like to get the kill, and if you don't get the kill within a certain time frame, your ship starts to fall apart around you and it all goes to pot. And that is the risk you run with those massive thermal conduit ships. If you're going to really thermal conduit it, you've got to be willing to cook off your FSD and be stuck till death. It's one of the things I love about my beamed lance is that there's the risk of it killing itself as quickly as I can kill people, which is one of the fun bits. I keep taking it into wing fights, and it's really funny because I melt myself so much shooting at a big ship, and then end up with like nothing left. And luckily for me, the big ship jumps out and doesn't realise how absolutely battered my systems are, and how close to actually death I would be if they turn around and fought. But this was an enjoyable fight. I've never met this commander before. I don't believe we've ever tangled before, but I gotta say he's properly decent. Yeah, I was surprised, because normally when I'm under an IED guy and I don't know the name and I've never met them before, I find they're quite squishy or I don't know them. But this guy definitely is one of their better combat pilots. He seemed to know what he was doing. He was very aggressive and very straight in there, and I think he underestimated the power of the ram, to be honest. But like I say, one of the things with the Meta Lance is it is designed to ram people. It is designed, the plasma ram is what they're going for. So when they meet a frag ramber that's better at ramming, it's kind of, and it's whether the pilot can adapt to a plan B before the damage I do from the rams pushes the battle into my direction. I noticed with some of the really good Colt guys that they'll just start drifting off and like just railgunning me and ignoring the fact that I'm trying to ram them. They become so evasive that I really struggle against them. But then I am a bad pilot, so there probably would be a way I can counter that, but at the moment it eludes me. I've got to just get better at piloting, and I'm resisting the urge to change this ship and put a huge multi-cannon on it. The huge multi-cannon would give me the extra weight and would eliminate that weakness against bioweave shield ships. but at the moment I'm happy with the frags the way they are, because this ship dominates certain ships in PvP 1v1s and loses to other ships in PvP 1v1s, and I still think there's a rock paper scissors element to PvP in especially 1v1s. All things being equal, all builds being equal, the best pilot should always win, but there is an element of rock paper scissors, and this is my rock to take on the Meta Lances in. But like I say, I've lost to many types of ships. My record in this in 1v1s is much better than my record in my Beam de Lance, but I still love my Beam de Lance, and I love this ship. They're really good fun builds, and one day I'll do a proper Meta Lance maybe, or I'll do something less janky. But at the moment, I'm happy with being the guy who flies janky stuff. And to be honest, I want to get back to being known as the guy who mainly flies the Type 7. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and GG to this commander. It was a good fight.
Have you got any bets left?
Keep beating and I'll drop in on you if you want.
Got a lot more. Oh, is that? Oh, we don't want to stick. Kill him.
So he's jumping up. So lucky, low rate. That's what this is, no rooms in it.